is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Second down, Rivers. Completes it to Benjamin. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. Fighting him off. A second broken tackle. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Right side catch. This is Gates. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that. They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. A first down throw here for Rivers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
He'll get it up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Preston Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They move the ball well on their opening drive.
This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. I said,
Yellow.
Hey, back up. 15. Liz.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Jaleel Adai. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Rivers on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Preston Smith in there to get him for his second sack of the night. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Hurry up! Load it! Load it!
Now Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Hurry up!
It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So as they take it over, we step aside. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Third and goal for Rivers. And Gates has got it. And the Chargers' all-time touchdown leader has another one. Antonio Gates from a yard out. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT. Offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, partner, the last couple weeks I've been asking you about the favorites in each division. And we talked about Super Bowl predictions and all that. But what about a team from each side that might surprise us a little bit this year?
Well, the one I'm going to start with in the AFC shouldn't be a surprise when you look at who they have returning from injury. And that's the Houston Texans. They were running the AFC South for a while when everyone was healthy and J.J. Watt was getting to the quarterback. Now Deshaun Watson returns, and they're an entirely different team with him at quarterback. On the NFC side, I know a lot of people are looking at the Bears, and rightly so. I love them as a trendy pick. But I'm going to take one where people are saying maybe they're a 5-win team. I don't believe that for a second. The Seattle Seahawks. I think that they will surprise people and contend in the NFC West.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. Slot.
Smith on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Let's make a quick pivot here to revisit a topic from the last couple of weeks. We've been discussing, well, which rookie starters are going to be in there week 1. It appears to be only one right now, Sam Darnold of New York, correct?
That sounds correct based on what we've heard from the different teams. All of them have made their announcements and their proclamations about their starter, and Sam Darnold's going to get the ball to begin. But for me, it's how long will he remain the only rookie starter? I don't know if it'll be terribly long. I look in Buffalo, I think Josh Allen will get his shot fairly early. I look in Arizona, I think Josh Rosen the same, depending on how their teams come out of the gate. And at some point, Baker Mayfield will play this year for the Cleveland Browns.
Seems to be more pressure each year on these franchises to get the rookies in there early, doesn't it?
It certainly does. When you spend that type of draft capital, that type of money, we don't wait nearly as long. And the good coaching staffs meet these kids halfway with what they did in college and turn them loose in the NFL.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Second and 10, Smith again. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the red zone now, Smith. This one caught by Crowder. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. Want to make a quick pivot here for a second to get your MVP predictions going into week 1 of this season. Do you have Rodgers, Brady, Wentz, Brees, or is it somebody kind of off the radar a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a Russell Wilson because the offense runs through him now in Seattle, and quarterbacks always get the first look. But I'm going with a running back, Todd Gurley, Los Angeles Rams. I think he's a threat for 1,000 yards on the ground and 1,000 yards through the air. He's that type of a player.
So you're going Gurley. What about this shot? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he's brought down. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Rivers now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. Nifty move by Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Here's Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Today's football, where he's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Hey.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. From the gun, Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Rivers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Final play of the half, Rivers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's Smith. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Wider.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Rivers now to throw on first down. And that's complete to Gates. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Great team. Good team, yeah. Yellow, yellow.
On first down, Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And it's second down. Well, as we look back to the final week of the preseason and the roster cuts, that final day of roster cuts, a lot of noise was made. The biggest noise, though, Khalil Mack moving to the win. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Third and long, it's Smith. And that is incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. 12.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 30 yards there. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Red.
You got 4. Check 99.
2nd down, Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Right. Yellow.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there. On the as we continue to do all these week 1.
Bradley Chubb, defensive end outside linebacker. Remember, Von Miller's on the other side. He'll take up a lot of attention. That should give Chubb more one-on-one opportunities to get quarterbacks on the ground.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. Smith now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Good blitz. Orange. Double. Let's go. 15. Tiger. Eddie.
From the 50, it's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson.
Yellow. Right.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so
and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Steps away to his left. Going underneath for Gordon. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? Just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. With this lead, They're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Here we go.
Now Gordon on 1st down. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Brown, ready. Hey, 390.
Rivers now on 2nd down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey. 4 down. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the run.
Rivers. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. So out now come the Redskins. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now Smith. Rivers got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey, on. Rip. Yellow. 12. All right. 15. 12. Shoot.
Smith now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ready. Orange. Regular.
Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
15, yeah.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trevor Williams with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Obviously disappointed.